head on this table.
Oh, I wish I had gotten you saying that on
I
recording.
wish I wish you would have. And and welcome back to another episode of Pitstop Pals here on our race around the world here with the Reality Realm Network. And I said all of that out of order, but it's okay because I got all my words in
As long
still.
as you say it all, the order doesn't matter.
Yeah, my name is Kevin Oliver.
My name is not Kevin Oliver.
Factual. And we are here for our first ever uh season 37 episode.
Yes.
This is actually the first episode of Pit Stop Pals that we're able to talk about something that's happening in the real world versus looking back at a rewatch or
Well, those were
speculating
still the
about
real
fictional
world.
non.
Those weren't imaginary.
I was meaning like in this moment, like right now.
Well, that's not what real world means. I don't know
Well,
what the
maybe
word
you
for that
shouldn't
is,
take
but
everything I say so literally, and we wouldn't be having this problem.
yes, but if I didn't pretend to take everything you say so literally, we wouldn't have near as funny content.
If you say so. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about all of the things that we're going to be looking forward to in season 37.
Yes.
Um, of course, kind of what I was thinking here, Bruce, is that we'll kind of introduce the cast here, and we might talk about some of the non-cast related things that we know about the season, and then we will do a draft.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay.
What would you do if I said no?
I would go on ahead with my plan anyway.
Okay.
Are you frozen?
No, I'm not frozen.
Oh, well, you said okay without moving your face, really. So I was nervous or
Oh,
confused.
sorry. I have
Um.
the cast. I have a couple cast lists pulled up on Safari also on my computer, so I was scrolling through those.
Oh, okay. Um. Actually, before we talk about any of the cast, we'll talk about the non-cast related things first. This is the largest cast in Amazing Race history. 14 teams will be taking this trek around the world. How do you think? What do you think about that, Bruce?
I like it. More teams, more content, more fun.
Yes, as we continue with these 90-minute episodes, this season is entitled "The Season of Surprises," with Amazing Race and CBS claiming that there will be game-changing twists in every episode.
Yes. I'm very
Uh,
excited to see what that means.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna have some of our normal things like the fast forward and the U-turn. But we're gonna be I want to know your thoughts on this. We're gonna be introducing a new element in the first leg called the fork in the road. Are you familiar with the fork in the road?
Yes, it's when the roads, you're going down a road and it splits into two different roads. Or in the original Muppet movie, there's a fork in the road where it splits like that, but there's also a giant metal fork stabbed into the road right
But
there
you are
also.
you but are, but are you familiar with what the fork in the road is on the Amazing Race?
No, it's a new twist. We haven't seen it.
But they kind of explained it, so I didn't know if you read about it.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay, so
And I said
basically,
that answer with so much confidence, and I was absolutely off base.
yeah, no, you were way off.
What I said was right, though. That is what a typical fork in the road is.
Correct, correct. Um, so basically, how this is going to work is they're going to get to a certain point in the race where they have an option to choose one of two different paths, like you would a fork in the road. And those two different paths are two completely different races pretty much to the same location that will result in a double elimination with the last person that chose each direction going home.
Nice.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting. Creating two parallel races where two teams will be eliminated. That's how they explained it here.
Wow. You know what else we could do?
What?
We could bring the save back from one of our rewatches, but hand one out like 5 episodes in a row. So there's a bunch of saves in the game all at once.
That sounds like it's just going to create an extra long season that CBS doesn't have the time or money to show
Yes,
us.
it gives us more episodes, which gives us more content and more episodes to watch of a show we like. Everybody wins.
Except maybe CBS. No, because if you get
CBS
me,
can afford to pay for it. They've got money.
hang on here. If you get me here on a like say something terrible happens, like 3 weeks in a row a save is used, I'm gonna
To
sound like a broken record and be so freaking annoyed.
be fair, I also didn't like the save when we were on that rewatch.
Yeah, you were very negative about a twist that you just want to see them throw a bunch of.
I kind of just wanted to see how you'd react if I made that proposal of handing out a save in 5 straight episodes.
And I say no.
But also with this, my rule is each team can only have one save. So the 5 saves have to go to 5 different teams, which
Right.
increases the chances of them being used.
I'd say the chances are still pretty high.
Yeah. To be fair, the one that we saw, well, I was going to say they didn't use it. I think they ended up using it. But they didn't need to use it most of the season because they were running in front the whole season.
Yeah. They were like the most dominant team.
Didn't win though,
Didn't win.
which you liked.
But also Rip Jim.
Why are you ripping him? That sounds painful.
I digress.
We do digress. I'm good at staying on topic.
Okay, so those were the kind of elements that I wanted to go into first. But now I will introduce the players and don't give away any of your draft secrets here, Bruce. But just some original thought, like first thoughts, and then we'll move on. The first names we get here are Alyssa and Josiah Borden, 31 and 32-year-old married nurse anesthesiasts from Philadelphia.
Yeah, they seem really cool. That's a anything nursing related, I'm guessing is a high pressure job. So when the pressure ramps up on this race, they're not going to flinch.
And I like anesthesiologists because they know how to get the blood drawn out of my arm a lot faster than a nurse can sometimes.
That's not anesthesiologist.
Yeah, it is.
Anesthesiologist is the person that does the anesthesia and like puts you under when you're in surgery.
But guess what? They also know how to do that stuff. And when the nurses in the ER couldn't get my vein to draw blood, they brought in the anesthesiologists and they were able to get it.
Huh. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
This also doesn't say anesthesiologist. It says a different word that I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know.
Anesthetists, whatever. It's got to, what's the difference? Let me look it up.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't want to be wrong. While he looks that up, I'm going to point out that they're wearing orange shirts, and orange is one of my two favorite colors. So I kind of like them because of that.
There we go. Okay, so basically they do the same thing, but an anesthetist can be a doctor or a nurse, while an anesthesiologist is a doctor.
Okay.
So it doesn't really change anything on our end as to what we view them as. It's just how much schooling they've done, basically.
They're still who give me the drugs and put me under, essentially.
Correct.
That was a bad way of phrasing that, but oh well.
I think it was perfect.
I am not a druggie. I would like to put that out there for
Debatable.
clarification.
But yes, you talked about the orange, and I also orange is my favorite color. So I appreciate the orange here. They are our orange team, but it's a light orange too. So
Orange and pink are my two favorite colors.
pink is your favorite color.
No, orange is, and then pink is probably second, but it's both of them.
You always tell me pink is your favorite color. You've literally
No,
said
I've
that.
always said orange and pink. You can ask my mom. I've liked orange for way longer.
Well, I'm just saying, when you've told me, you've literally said that pink is my favorite.
No,
But
I
okay.
always say it together. I promise you. You just weren't listening.
You've never told me orange.
I
This is the
say
first time
orange
I'm
and
hearing.
pink to everyone I talk to. Why would I
This,
say it differently to you?
I don't know,
You
but
weren't
this is the.
listening. You don't listen when I talk half the time anyway.
That's not true.
It
But
feels like it.
orange is my favorite color. I actually have orange walls, which you see in a lot of the podcasts
I do. I wish I
on
had
Roundtable
those.
Talk. Um, anyway, from our orange team, next we have Bernie Gutierrez, 31 personal trainer, and Kerrigan Scandon, 33-year-old spa educator. They are friends from Dallas and Denver, and they are wearing gray.
Yes, but sleeveless, and I like that look. I like wearing sleeveless shirts and tank tops in the summertime myself. But it's a sleeveless hoodie, which I didn't know was a thing. So,
Yeah, that's a thing. You might like wearing them yourselves, but I don't know that we like you wearing sleeveless shirts and tank tops.
oh, I don't care at all. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Oh man, but yeah, what do you think about this? A personal trainer and a spa educator.
Being they're based out of two cities that are pretty far apart, so that's intriguing to me. I'm curious what like how they became friends if they used to live in the same city. The jobs are interesting. Interesting. Personal trainer, like yeah, they look I would have guessed something along the lines of personal trainer. They look pretty fit and active. I don't know what a spa educator does. Do they educate me about the spas? Do they
What
educate the people at the spas on how to do
what
their
is a
work?
spa
I don't
educator?
know what that means. There's so many things that could mean.
A spa educator trains and develops the next generation of spa professionals.
Huh. Okay.
Also, Dallas and Denver aren't really that far apart.
They're not close.
No, it's not like Houston and Dallas close, but it's not like LA and New York far either.
Well, dream example, but I'm looking it up right now. Um, yeah, it's an
What do you
11-hour and 50-minute trip, so I'll round that up to 12 hours.
That's
That's pretty
because it
far.
takes 9 hours to drive across the state of Texas. But
Yeah, but Dallas is towards the top of Texas. It's not, you're not having to drive across the whole state of Texas.
that's fair. But it's only a
12-hour
2 hour
drive is a
flight.
really long drive anyway. I feel like I was right. I'm counting that as a far as not being close together.
It's only a 2 hour flight though, and most people aren't going to drive that. They're probably going to fly it.
Yeah, it's still far away from each other though. The fact that you have to fly makes it far.
Well, you don't have to fly. You can drive 12 hours.
Yeah, which I would not be doing. Which I think my dad decided he doesn't want to fly anywhere now. He said if we're going to if we ever go to Disney again, that he wants to drive, and I said I'll meet you down there. So
Well, the
that's
way
all
things are going,
hypothetical anyway. I doubt that trip happens, but would be fun.
that's fair. I enjoy Disney.
I want to see Galaxy's Edge.
I don't know what that is, but okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was just saying, it's like that in between. I feel like in the terms of the whole United States, it's not the longest thing ever, but
Yeah.
it's not next door neighbors either. Yeah. And on to the next group, we have Brett Hamby, 36-year-old acrobat, and Mark Romaine, 37-year-old dancer and model. They are married Vegas performers from Las Vegas, Nevada. And they are wearing light blue.
Acrobats is so cool. Like they're fun to watch. I could never do it, but that's such a cool job that that guy has.
Yeah, I don't think I'm flexible enough to make that work.
Yeah. So,
But I think that they look and but based on their jobs seem to be rather fit people that are uh, I think that's definitely gonna help them on the race for sure.
yeah. I wish this like the race catch release did what Survivor did and like gave them a questionnaire because we'd have more to go off of and analyze here. I feel like I keep going back to jobs and I feel like I might be boring the audience, but they really don't give us much.
They don't give us anything else, so I mean we don't really have a lot that we can
Yeah.
do with it, you know. After that, we have Carson McCauley, 28-year-old game streamer, and Jack Dodge, 27-year-old game streamer. Best friends and gamers from Brooklyn, New York. They are the green team.
They're a green team. There's at least one other team that wears green, I think.
Yes, we'll call them
I'm
the.
calling them Carson and Jack.
I'm going to call it the lighter green team. Ding dong. Um,
I'm funny.
and quite the interesting cast photo as we
One of
have
them's giving the other a piggyback
a
ride. That's
piggyback
awesome.
ride. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yes. What do you think about these guys?
They seem fun. They're smiling in their picture. I bet Jack is really good at dodgeball. With a last name like Dodge, you kind of have to be good at dodgeball. But
If you can dodge a wrench,
yes, we need to watch the movie Dodgeball sometime. That's such a funny movie. But yeah, Carson being a game streamer, that's fun. I bet that's on like
both of
Twitch
them,
or something.
both of them are game streamers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I see that now. I
And
wonder
I
if they
also,
stream together or if they have separate channels.
I don't know.
Huh. I'm not downloading Twitch to find out.
I have Twitch, but I'm not going to take the time to log into my Twitch on the computer to
I
find
do
out.
not have Twitch. I don't have a reason to.
I have Twitch because I got it for Tanner
Oh, nice. I
because
didn't
he
know he
Twitch.
streams.
Yeah, he does. Not regularly. He used to regularly. Now it's just off and on. But he
Nice.
wanted me to watch his stream one time, so I downloaded it.
I like streams that run through the woods. The rushing water makes a really nice sound.
Amen. But also, I do want to say Twitch. I'm not a video game guy. I don't watch a lot like those kind of streams on Twitch. But um, what's it called? Blood on the Clock Tower. Do you know what Blood on the Clock Tower is?
It's when you have like Big Ben or some building with a clock in it and you spill blood on it.
Do you know what the game Blood on the Clock Tower is?
I didn't even know it was a game.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So it's like one of those like mafia werewolf esque games,
Yeah.
um, where people have different powers and they talk alone
So you have to play
and
it in a building that has a clock?
no, they play it online actually. Rob as a podcast actually has done some like 3 hour videos of a full game with
Hmm.
Survivor players. But Dwight Moore from Survivor 43 plays Blood on the Clock Tower with podcasters and Survivor players weekly. And I watch some of their videos on YouTube, but he Twitch streams them.
Hmm.
And yeah, he does it with survivors on like Friday or I think it's Saturday, and then on Monday he does it with Rob as a podcast patrons.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's a fun game to watch on stream. Also, Goose Goose Duck, which is just like Among Us. Um,
Goose is the guy's name in Top Gun.
yes, it is.
I know things.
Some of the hey, whoa, Pops and Jeff started following us, Bruce.
Who's that?
A team that we're going to learn about later on here.
Oh. Ooh, is it the team? I hope it is. Let me scroll through this list now. Keep talking.
Okay.
It is the team I was hoping it was. Cool.
Yeah, I followed them this morning on our Instagram, and they followed us back.
I'm going to have to message them, and we'll get to why when we get to them on this list.
Okay. The next people on this list, we have Courtney Ramsey, 33-year-old registered nurse, and Jasmine Carey, 34-year-old nurse practitioner. And they are dating nurses from Leland, North Carolina. They are donning the yellow outfits here.
Nice.
What do you think, Bruce? Bruce, you can message them later.
No, that's not what I was doing. I was looking at something. I was still listening. I was just you're on a delay a little bit, I think, because I was about to start. You had just finished talking when you told me to get off my phone. So,
Oh, weird. Here, let me turn my Wi-Fi off. This.
it's not as bad as when I first moved and we were on the church's bad Wi-Fi before it started. We don't have that type of a delay. I just didn't get a chance to talk. But
do I have a delay now?
No.
Okay, great.
But yeah, I talked about why I think nurses can be good at this game earlier.
Yeah.
They seem nice. They're smiling in their picture. So,
one of them Courtney has some pretty sick glasses. They're pink, Bruce. They're pink.
I like it. Yeah,
Whoa,
they seem interesting.
Yeah, I think that as long as they're not here, this is a reference back to season 7. As long as they're not here to figure their relationship out, I like them as potential contestants here. That was my dig against Ron and Kelly there for you. All the way back to season 7.
Well, your dig against Kelly. You liked Ron.
But I still didn't like that they went on the race to figure out their relationship.
Yeah. To be fair, we both enjoyed them as a team the first half of that season. They didn't become insufferable until the last few episodes.
And it wasn't even it was her. But
well, no, it was the two of them constantly arguing and bickering. I was just over both of them by the end of it.
I didn't even mind that. It was the things Kelly said to Ron that really made me.
Yeah, you get hung up on the one thing. I'm just like overall them spending the last 3 episodes arguing nonstop. I didn't want to see a scene of either of them ever again.
That's fair. And
like the one line you get hung up on was bad, but it's more than that for me. They were insufferable the last couple episodes as a pair.
Fair enough. they also didn't win, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Um, the next team we have here is Ernest Cato, 59-year-old retired chief of Chicago Police Department, and Bridget Cato, 28-year-old account supervisor. We have a father and daughter team from Chicago and Somerville, Massachusetts. And they are wearing the more navy blue.
Yeah. They are in, I'm excited to see them. I usually like parent kid teams. Um, Season before last, we had a father daughter team, Steve and Anna Lee, and they were really fun. So,
And we had Robin Corey, father son team that was really fun.
yeah, is that the one where the dad was deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see these two. I Other than Susan and Patrick, I love parent kid teams. Was it last season that they had the mother son team that had the fiasco? Their camera team got lost and they got punished for it.
And you threw a fit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I still don't like the way that happened. The rules are the rules. It is what it is. But
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Yes, I like parent kid teams. A lot of times they make me nervous. 35 is the exception, but a lot of times I'm thinking back to our beloved friends, and I'm gonna call them friends of the pod because we've talked with one of them on Instagram on multiple occasions, Mr. Arun and Natalia.
yes.
Um, is a glaring example of a parent child team that just couldn't keep it together. Um, or what was that one? We didn't like them. Shelly and Nisi,
Oh gosh, I forgot about them.
season 25.
Can I
Just
re-forget about them?
sometimes what?
Can I re-forget about them now?
Sure, sure. Just some and all love in the world to Arun and Natalia. They were amazing TV. I love to watch them. I love to converse with them. Um, but the fact of the matter is, um, that parent kid teams can be kind of hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that he was a retired chief from the Chicago PD.
Yeah,
Absolutely
we've
love
been
that.
on a parent kid teams are hit and miss, but we've been on a hot streak lately.
Yes, absolutely. Much love. Um, actually, we had a second team go home, or maybe it was first last season. That was a father daughter team, but that's besides the point.
I forgot about that completely.
Um,
Clearly very memorable.
oh yeah, but that's besides the point. Much love for our um, first responders, police, and yeah. On to the next team. We have Han and Holden, Gwen, whatever it is. I always forget how to pronounce that. Win. It might be Win. Um, Han is a former energy consultant, 26, and Holden is a 22-year-old Stanford student, and they live in Los Gatos, California. And they are siblings, and they are donning the off-white light gray.
You're very good with colors. I would have either just called that white or gray, but off-white, light gray is a better description for sure. But yeah, I mean, siblings are fun sometimes. I'm curious to see if we'll get siblings here that work together really well, or if we'll get like bickering sibling rivalry partway through it. So
Right.
I'm excited. Shout
I
out
mean,
to Stanford though. That's a really good school. That guy's pretty smart, I guess.
yeah. I mean, we've seen both edges of the spectrum. We had Sheridan and whatever his sister's name was that were a first boot, or we've had Greg and John who won their season.
And
So
yeah. And I do love Greg and John. They were
Yeah,
really fun.
you really
Admittedly,
liked them.
like admittedly going into that finale, like of the three teams, they were probably the one I was rooting for third. But that's not a comment on them. That's just how good that cast was.
It was a great cast.
I was rooting
Incredible.
for the Beards that season, and I forget who the other team was. But like those were the three teams I liked all season, and they made it to
It
the
was
end.
Robin Corey.
It was Robin Corey. Like those three, and then Steve and Anna Lee were pretty much who I was rooting for that season. So
I was rooting
it just had
for.
such a good cast.
Oh, it was, and then you had Todd and Ashley, who are a friend of the pod.
Was that the season that had Madison and his brother too that like
No,
played volleyball? I like them.
that
That
was
was the
not the
season
same
before.
season.
Okay. They blend together in my mind.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, that was a different season. Um,
Shout out to Madison and his brother though. They were fun TV.
Riley, I believe.
Yeah, thank you. Riley and Madison.
Hmm.
They did a challenge with cakes. I remember that.
Another bearded duo.
Yes. But no, Han and Holden, they seem fun. They must be smart. One of them's going to Stanford and the other worked in the like energy industry. So,
Yeah. And Greg and John were scientists, I believe.
yeah,
Right?
maybe.
Weren't
I
they?
don't remember what they did.
Brothers, computer scientists. They were computer scientists.
That's right.
So yeah, a lot of potential here, one way or the other.
Yes. For
Um,
sure.
the next group we have here is Jackie Clayton, 51-year-old talent acquisition architect, and Lauren McKinney, 61-year-old corporate event strategist. They are sisters from Waco, Texas, and they are Purple Team.
Yes.
Now,
I see
tell me what the
Waco,
heck is
Texas, and I'm
talent.
kind of reminded of my parents because my parents watch what feels like 1,000 different like shows of these couples that fix houses that are all the same show. One of those shows takes place in Waco, Texas.
Mm,
So, but also
talent.
fun job title, talent acquisition architect.
Yeah.
I
So I just looked it up because I have no idea. Designs and manages the recruitment process for an organization.
huh. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And a corporate event strategist. So I mean, they're both, I feel like, in very niche categories.
They they're probably pretty social.
I
They
would hope
both seem
so.
like jobs that involve dealing like with people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And no,
And
I
they're
love,
making a little hand heart in their picture.
yes. And I love the hair.
Yes, it's also purple. No, that's a headband. Never
That's the
mind.
head.
The hair does not have a purple streak in it like I thought it did.
No, no. But what we do have is like this epic high, like hive looking thing. And it's like braided.
That is, yeah, very cool.
Definitely. So that is Jack, and it's Jackie spelled Jackye. First time I've seen that.
And her last name is Clayton, spelled Clayton.
Not the first time I've seen that.
No, but I wanted to spell also.
Okay, fair enough.
Spelling is fun.
This is not an educational podcast, by the way.
Not yet.
On to the next one. We have Jonathan Towns, 42-year-old software developer, and Anna Towns, 35-year-old stay-at-home mom. They are married parents from Pomona, California, and they are the Maroon tribe. Maroon team.
Is it maroon or burgundy?
Both. Either one.
They're basically the same color. I used to know the difference. I
But
will
I
say
love I
her,
love
her
Anna
pose
Chu.
here made me think she was a dancer before I read the jobs.
Well, stay at home mom, she might still fit into the category of dancer.
Well, like this looks like a cast photo you'd see on like Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
Just the way it's posed, and I kind of like it. It's different.
And
So
like check out her fit. It's like a one piece.
yeah, that's cool.
And those shoes are fire.
Yeah, his
When,
shoes
when
are too.
when did I become the fashion expert here? The
Well,
world may
compared to
never
me,
know.
it doesn't really take much.
Um yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about them. I find them very compelling. Also that they were at a BWP event recently, or they're going to be at the next one. One of the two.
Nice.
Yes, I saw it on uh, Instagram.
Oh, nice.
That is Jonathan and Anna. Next, we have Mark Crawford, 63-year-old retired firefighter, and Larry Graham, 59-year-old retired firefighter. They are best friends from Watertown, Tennessee, and Bartlett, Tennessee.
I like this. I like
And they are the
firefighters.
Reds.
Firefighters are awesome. Shout out to them. But I like seeing older people do this show too, and we now have at least two teams like this. So because we had the sisters that were a bit old on the older end also. So I'm excited to see that.
Definitely. These guys definitely show their age a lot more than the sisters did.
Yeah,
Um, I would
men tend
never
to
have
do that.
I would never have guessed that one of those sisters was in their 60s.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I would guess that both of these guys are in their 60s, and one of them's not quite. Um,
Watertown and Bartlett are 3 hours and 38 minutes apart, in case you were wondering.
and they're still besties.
I love that. That's a lot closer than Dallas and Denver.
It is.
Kevin said Dallas and Denver were close together, just for the
No,
record.
I did not. I said they were not that far apart.
And he said they weren't that far apart. Then we realized the answer was 12 hours, which I classify as being that far apart.
I
So,
still, when I think of far apart, I'm thinking like LA to New York, LA to Miami,
that's like the
20
most
some hours.
extreme example. That's going all the way across the country.
It is. And when we're talking about a race around the world, 12 hours is not that big a deal.
When we're just talking about distances, it is. They're not
Okay.
racing from Dallas to Denver.
No. But also, I have friends in different parts of the country. You have friends in
Yeah.
different parts of the country. We have a friend that we podcast with that lives in frickin' Canada.
Which is technically a different country so far.
Yeah, might be the 51st state, though.
Yeah, which is dumb. Like the joke itself, it's yeah, but also why would the whole thing all be one state? That would be way too big to all be one state.
I support it. Um. Anyway, yeah, that's Mark and Larry. They're very fun. They got that thumbs up thing going.
And Larry
Um,
is not a cucumber, just so nobody's confused by that.
he's a bearded cucumber.
Vegetarian.
And next, we have another 60-something-year-old here, as we have Melinda Papadia's 66th administration, compared with her daughter Erica Papadias, 32, client engagement specialist, mother and daughter from Chandler, Arizona, and Englewood, Colorado. They are the teal aquamarine ish color.
Yes.
What do you think?
Sorry, I had to my page reloaded, so I'm scrolling down to them now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go. So yeah, this they seem fun. I like parent-kid teams. So administration, I'm guessing she's gonna be kind of wanting. She might come off a little bossy, maybe, especially since it's her kid. But we'll
She's
see.
definitely going to be the navigator, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like she's
And I
gonna be the one that wants to make all the decisions.
yeah.
Maybe I'm.
Um,
Hopefully, I'm
she's
wrong.
also short.
Taller than you.
How do you know?
I don't. Oh, well, I wasn't looking at the entire picture. It'd be close. I had the bottom of the picture cut off.
I was pretty much just judging compared to her daughter, who's taller.
That's fair. She's also kind of leaning sideways, and her daughter is standing straight up. If she
Her
would stand
daughter,
straight up, they'd probably be closer to the same height. But she's
I
leaning
don't,
diagonally.
I don't think she has that much extra height out of the straightened up.
They're not that far apart anyway.
Half a head,
Well,
4 or 5 inches, or 4 inches maybe.
I guess so.
Um, but yeah, that is Melinda and Erica. And next we go to Nick Fio, 32 entrepreneur and podcaster, and Mike Fio, 28-year-old entrepreneur and podcaster. They are brothers from Brooklyn, New York. That's not the first team from Brooklyn. And they are the black team, by the way.
Nice.
Not the first team from Brooklyn. So talk about them and I'll figure out who the other one was.
Yeah, so they seem really chill. They look like they're in pretty good shape. I don't know which one is which because I'm only reading names and looking at pictures, but one of them has really cool hair.
I think that's Mike.
The one on the right?
Yeah.
Okay. But
I think it
entrepreneur
goes
and podcaster, that's a cool job. I mean, starting your own business, like that guy's smart. He knows how to make decisions. He knows how to analyze things when making decisions. So, I'm
when
interested.
trying to figure out who is who, I'm pretty sure the first name is always the one on the left.
Okay.
It is the Gamers. Carson and Jack are the other Brooklyn team.
There we go.
Yes, I like these guys. Like you said, they look fit. I love the fact that they podcast because we also podcast.
Yes. They probably stay on topic better than we usually do, though.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look up. Is it Nick and Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Giving Back podcast,
Huh. That's a cool name.
or maybe that was just they were on an episode of the Giving Back podcast. Um, their company is called Blankets of Hope. Let me do a little bit of research here, real quick. Blankets of Hope, our story. Let's see. So basically, they partner with schools to donate blankets to kids in need. And their blankets come with handwritten notes.
That is so cool. I love them.
Our mission is to inspire a global movement of kindness, one blanket at a time. Our vision is to live in a world united in love. 100% of all donations go directly to providing blankets. That's
That is
incredible.
very cool.
That's incredible. And one more second here. I'm going to see if I can. find. And Nick. I can't find their podcast anywhere.
I thought you found it. It was called The Giving Back Show.
No, that is somebody else's podcast where they went on and talked about the blankets of hope.
Oh, I'm smart. This is great
Um,
content. I love listening to Kevin scroll on his computer.
yeah, me too. Hey, I was trying to find out some valuable information about our friends Nick and Mike.
I actually do appreciate it. I'm just joking around, making the audience laugh or roll their eyes, either one. I elicit both reactions constantly.
Amen. More often rolling eyes, but hey, it's neither
They
here nor
usually
there.
come together.
My eyes do not come together.
No, the laughing and the eye rolling for things I say are usually coupled together.
Well, that's fair, I guess.
Of course it is. I said it.
We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. And on to the next team. We have Jeff Pops Bailey, 65-year-old lumberjack, and Jeff Bailey, 36-year-old lumberjack. They are a father and son team from the reason that Bruce likes them so much already. They are from St. Louis.
Yeah, so our audience probably knows this. St. Louis is my hometown. It's the city I love more and unlike any other. And more specifically, I believe I read somewhere the part of town they're from is Florissant, which is the next town over from where I live. And like my church is in Florissant. My Dairy Queen I worked at forever is it's near the Hazelwood Florissant border. I don't remember which one it's in. But so love to see North County specifically being represented, not just St. Louis as a whole. Just really cool. The North County areas been through a lot over the past 10 years or so. Lots of growth since some things went down a long time ago. So can't wait to see them represent my hometown.
Yeah, that's really cool. It would even be cooler if you like actually knew them. That'd be really cool.
I know. I'm curious. I didn't know we had lumberjacks in the area, to be honest, like any lumberjacking companies. So,
Oh, the more you know.
yeah.
Uh,
But no, and it doesn't say on here. It just says St. Louis on here. But I think I read somewhere, it might have been my mom that mentioned this to me, that they're from Florissant specifically. So that'd be cool.
yeah, and uh, you've already talked about your love for parent teams, parent child teams. But these guys, they're both really fit. They look like they got it going on here,
That guy
and
does
they
not look
are
65.
no. And they are the darker green team. We'll call them.
Like an army green.
Yeah, yeah.
So that guy looks like he's like 50. He looks 15 years younger than he actually is. And look at his arm in that picture. The arm you can see.
Oh, I know. It's massive.
His bicep is the size of my head, and I have a big head.
He's got a big head, guys.
I think my mom has told story of when I was a kid, she had trouble getting like shirts and hoodies on me because like my head was bigger than most kids that age, so the head hole on the shirts wouldn't go over easily.
I believe that.
I don't remember, but I believe it.
And it's adjusted to his ego now.
Well, no, I call myself dumb all the time.
It's still adjusted to his ego. Just watch the latest episode of Roundtable Talk. We both have an ego in that.
Well, that's just me being stubborn. That's not me thinking I'm right or like having an ego. That's just my stubbornness. I blame my dad for that.
It's all right. We were both stubborn.
Yeah.
So I
Oh, for
digress.
sure. I didn't say you weren't. I just said I was.
Yeah. And to our last team here, we have Scott and Lori Thompson, 47-year-old physician assistant and 49-year-old stay-at-home mom, married parents of 8 sons from Salt Lake City, Utah. They are the pink team.
Oh my gosh, the race is chaotic, but a house with 8 sons, the race might be like a peaceful vacation compared
It
to the
might, you know,
chaos
it,
of 8 boys in a house.
you might be right there.
My parents had enough to deal with one son. I can't imagine 8 of me.
And fun fact, I've told you before, there was a Raid the Cage episode on CBS that they did Survivor against Amazing Race. The
Yeah.
Survivor contestants were Ryan Medrano and Noel Lambert from season 43. The Amazing Race contestants were Scott and Lori.
Nice.
Yes, sir. And they got beat pretty
Who got
handedly.
beat? You just listed both teams.
Yes, the one I just talked about just got beat.
Wow.
Scott and Lori.
Okay. That makes sense, doesn't it?
It does because it's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
And with that, that is all 14 teams here. And so we can dive into our draft. Are you ready, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay. Let's flip a coin. I'll let you call it.
Siri, flip a coin.
No, I have the coin.
I'm gonna pick heads for your coin because my coin came up heads.
And heads won.
Yeah.
So with that, you can have the first pick.
Okay, let me pull up my notepad on my computer. But it's gonna be Pops and Jeff.
I figured.
Yeah, it has to be. I was really never considering anyone else with my first pick.
And I don't like you for that, but it's okay.
You expected it. It's the St. Louis connection alone really made me not
And
want
with
anyone else with my first pick.
my first pick's easy too. It's Nick and Mike.
Oh, that's a good one.
Um, I already loved them just for the fact that they are podcasters and entrepreneurs. And then when we read about what their business is, I love them even more. So
I
Nick,
know.
Mike, easily my number one pick off the board.
Okay, so that means it's my turn again.
Mm-hmm.
And let me scroll up because I have a team in mind. I just need to find them. And suddenly my web page went blank.
I have all 14 teams ranked out here, so we'll see how you do compared to how you do in our Survivor drafts.
I'm doing good in that so far. I haven't lost anyone.
We're 1 week in. Ever. This is the
Does
same
that
start for
change
you.
anything about what I just said, though? I
This is the
haven't
same.
lost anyone.
I just want to remind you, this is the same start you've always had in the Survivor draft, and you've had the worst team at the end.
Yes, but I'm first place on bracketology also, and usually I start out terribly in that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And with that, I was just picking the people that were on my team, and then like the Eva because I wanted her on my team and didn't get her. So, okay,
So
here they are. I remember their names now because I'm reading them off of the screen. I am going with Jonathan and Anna.
that was my next pick.
Woohoo!
Why'd you pick them?
They seem fun. I think they're gonna communicate well. And I like the cast photo. The pose is unique. It looks like a Dancing with the Stars cast photo just because she looks like she's doing some sort of ballroom dance. So I just like the vibe.
All right, my next pick is actually going to be Bernie and Kerrigan.
Oh, that's a good one. If that's who I think it is.
It's the spa educator and the personal trainer.
Yeah, darn
The
it.
great girls. They were my third ranked. I got my first and my third. You took Jonathan and Anna from me. But I love Bernie and Kerrigan. I think they're going to be great. I think they have the makings of a really strong, Amazing Race team here.
They give me Allie and Kim vibes based on the picture alone.
And you know how much I love Allie and Kim.
Yeah. Even though I said the name backwards, it was Kim and Allie every time Mr. Phil said it on the show.
Yep.
So, next up, I am going with Ernest and Bridget.
All righty.
I think
All right.
they're going to be really fun.
You can have them.
Okay.
I
You're not
was
hot.
not. I'm not super high on them. I love. I want them to do well. Like I love, especially because he's the Chicago PD guy. Um, I just know that, like I said, daughter, or just parent kid teams are kind of hit and miss, and not all. I mean, we got three of them here. Not all of them can be good.
No, but one of them has to be. And they've been, I know you referenced some of the older ones that weren't good, but we've been on a hot streak lately.
Yeah, I liked your Pops and Jeff pick.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm gonna take my number 4 team here, Alyssa and Josiah.
Nice.
They are the anesthesists or whatever,
Yeah.
married, and I think that they are equipped to do well here. They kind of give me, um, I don't know, both Jonathan and Anna and Alyssa and Josiah are kind of giving me uh, Todd and Ashley vibes, and they finished 5th, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my turn now.
It's your turn.
I am going with Mark and Larry. They just seem like they're going to be a lot of fun to watch and like I'm going to enjoy them. So,
I think they are going to be great. From an entertainment standpoint, I would love to have picked them. Firefighters make me nervous. Your mom's going to listen to this and tell you the exact same thing.
yeah.
The Amazing
Well,
Race firefighters do not have the best track record, but I hope they do well. I really do. My next pick is Brett and Mark. They are the performers from Las Vegas, the married couple.
yeah.
One of them's an acrobat, the other one's a dancer and model. I think that they are very much a good fit team here to make a deep run. So in the 4th round, I'm happy with that.
Nice. This is where I go with what I think I'm guessing is the smartest team in the show in the cast. And you already know who I said because you made a face and you're writing down. It is, let me pull the name up. Han and Holden. Think they're going to be
You want to
really
know
good.
something? You
Yeah.
want to know something? So the last 3 picks you made were my 12, 13, and 14.
Huh.
Han and Holden could have Greg and John upside. They could also have Sheridan and whatever his sister uh, bad side as well. Those
Which
were the
one was
kind of
that?
vibes I was getting. They were. You don't remember them because they were a first boot, and they were like a couple of smarties, and they were a brother sister team. That I think it was. I can't remember if it was 36 or 35. Let me
Oh, I
see.
think I know who you're talking about.
Sheridan, Alexandria, and Sheridan. They were from season 35, and
Once I see their picture, I'll recognize them. Oh, them. Yeah, well, I'm being optimistic here because that's my nature. So
that's fine.
I like
I
the
hope you're
vibe
right.
I get from the microscopic amount of information EW is giving us on this.
No kidding.
I love that, like, and I assume this is CBS doing these, not just EW, but like with Survivor's cast release, they have them basically fill out a whole book of questionnaire questions. and we get like name, age, job, and where they're from is all we get on this one.
Mm,
I would love the full questionnaire with these people.
I am very much in support of that. With my next pick, I will be taking Courtney and Jasmine. They are the dating nurse and nurse practitioner, um, the yellow team.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I can break my streak of picking teams that Kevin thinks are terrible. And I'm going with Carson and Jack.
This is laughable.
Again, did I do it again?
Yes, you now have the four lowest teams on my ranking.
I am confused. I'm getting good vibes from this. Have you like listened to the full interviews like you do with Survivor?
They don't have interviews.
What is with CBS not wanting us to have information about these people? I'm
I
very
don't know.
confused.
I don't know. My next pick is
Hold on,
Melinda.
though. Hold on, though. Why? You didn't explain why.
Oh, why I'm low on them?
Yes.
I think they're gonna be fun. I think they're gonna be a great personality. I, I'm just a little nervous about their physicality.
Fair enough. What's his name that was on the reality showdown season and had been on Tyler?
Yeah,
He was like a YouTube person. So
he's
like the
very famous on
streamer
YouTube.
doesn't really question trigger me to question physicality because
I wasn't even doing it based on streamer. I was doing it based on picture and
oh,
what
that's
I
fair.
was getting from it.
Shout out to Tyler. I like Tyler and
Tyler Oakley.
yeah. I haven't seen any of his YouTube, but him and Corey were a cool team.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna take. I know I've been talking down on the parent teams here, but I'm going with Melinda and Erica with my sixth pick here.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, sir. And we are down to two teams. We have Scott and Lori, the parents of eight from Salt Lake City, and we have Jackie and Lauren.
Let's see if I can break the streak here of
Okay.
picking the teams that Kevin are gonna thinks are gonna be the worst teams on the show.
Well, these two are ranked 9 and 10, so they're right next to each other on my ranking.
I'm going with Jackie and Lauren. They just seem like I like the vibes here, and I have nothing to go off of. So,
I
but
so you picked the lower of the two on my thing,
oh my gosh.
but
Either
also
I'm bad at this, or your like gut rankings are way off. It's one of those two.
yes, there's no in between. We have 7-person teams, and 5 of your 7 were my bottom 5.
To be fair, when this happens with Survivor, I put more stock into it because you like listen to all the like pregame interviews and stuff. This one, you have the same amount of information as me, so
Yes,
I'm not quite as worried as when you if this were the Survivor draft and you told me I had your bottom 3 or 8 or whatever.
that's fair. That's fair. I think that that's definitely a valid thought.
This one's just
Um,
comical, honestly. Like, what are
no,
the
it
odds
is.
of
It's
that happening?
hilarious.
And I
You're
did a
like
bunch of them in a row.
they were 5 in a row. Yeah, because you picked Pops and Jeff, who I had at 5. Then you picked Jonathan and Anna, who I had at 2, and then you went Ernest and Bridget at 12, Mark and Larry at 13, Han and Holden at 14, Carson and Jack at 11, Jackie and Lauren at 10.
That's insane.
But to tell you the truth, as much as I have Scott and Lori above Jackie and Lauren, I wanted Jackie and Lauren. So,
Well, what's her name? I need to scroll back down and find it.
Scott and Lori?
Scott and Lori. Okay, Lori sounds a lot like Lauren, so I almost said the wrong name. Scott and Lori, we've already seen them lose on a TV
I
game.
have. You haven't.
I mean, just we as a collective, as the entire audience. So who's to say that won't happen again?
That's true.
I also just like the vibe better that I'm getting from
But
this
but
guy
also
Cook.
but also I'm just saying, why would they give potentially the first boot the episode on Raid the Cage?
Just maybe that's just who they could get.
I'm fairly confident that wasn't the case.
Because Noel and Ryan seem well,
Okay. Recording
okay.
in progress.
It stopped
Okay,
our
we just
recording because of my computer storage, and I didn't delete anything, and it's letting us record again. So yeah, that's our draft teams. Let me pull up my notes. I have Pops and Jeff, Jonathan and Anna, Ernest and Bridget, Mark and Larry, Han and Holden, Carson and Jack, and Jackie and Lauren. Kevin has Nick and Mike, Bernie and Kerrigan, Alyssa and Josiah, Brett and Mark, Courtney and Jasmine, Melinda and Erica, and Scott and Lori.
and I am happy with that.
I am too. I like my team.
A
I was
seven a
going to
seven
say we're
team
Team
draft.
Fun, but there's an amazing race team that calls themselves Team Fun. So,
That's fair. I'm just saying, based on what my gut is telling me, I out of my top 9, I got all 7 of mine came out of my top 9. That
nice.
makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm. Well, Bruce, this was a fun episode. I cannot wait to be back with you next week to actually talk about a live episode
For sure.
of Amazing Race, the which from when we are recording this releases in 2 days, 1 day
Yes.
from when this will drop. And
Cannot wait.
and we are so excited to cover this season of the Amazing Race with you all. So with that being said,
Go.
no, the world is waiting for you. Good luck
Travel safely.
and go.
Go.